You're listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour. If you miss any of the program, you can find the podcast at the bottom of the page at sunnyradio.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's more important than ever to have a better credit card. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a card to give you cash back or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday. This is a very special Monday. It's September 11th. It's Patriots Day today, and I know there are several people who will be pausing for a moment of silence a little bit later this morning to remember the terrible thing that happened on September 11th, 2001. I'm sure many people listening remember where they were and what was happening that day. It was a tragic day in U.S. history. Coming up here in just a moment, we're going to talk about this day in Sioux Falls history, and we go back to 1894 for something significant. Also on the way, we're going to be visiting with Brent Baker. He is a realtor in the Sioux Falls area. We get a little real estate update from him each Monday. Excited to visit with him on this Monday. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Did you know you can allocate a percentage of your IRA to physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can put your IRA back on the gold standard. Genesis Gold IRA is the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. GenesisGoldIRA.com would like to help protect your IRA today with a simple phone call. Learn more and get the phone number at GenesisGoldIRA.com. That's GenesisGoldIRA.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour on a Monday. Excited to have Brent Baker join us once again. And we try to do this each Monday, a little real estate update. And last week, we were talking about the top real estate myths of 2023. And we had the first three talking about getting pre-approved. That is important to get approved. School districts do matter, even if you don't have kids. And then the agents are not only showing their listings, but they're showing everybody's listings. So these are the things that we debunked those. But what is real estate myth number 4?
When making an offer, buyers have a tendency, they want to kind of hit the seller at the knees, so to speak. And everybody wants a bargain. However, when it comes to a house, that's a very personal thing.
Yeah.
I always use the example, if we all go home, put our pickups on Marketplace, somebody comes in with a low offer, we're not offended.
Yeah.
We may love that pickup, but we're not offended.
It's not as personal.
It's not as personal. But in a home where a seller has had birthday parties, anniversary gatherings, all sorts of events,
kids have grown up there.
Correct. So it's really hard to separate personal emotions from the business side of it.
And that's the difference between a house and a home. When you're buying a house, you're buying a house. I'm selling a home.
Correct.
But when you're buying or selling a truck, it's still a truck.
Well, and then once they get insulted, they kind of dig their heels in. And you probably could have negotiated a better price if you'd have just started a little bit higher.
Yeah.
And they'd have been a little more flexible.
Yeah. So shooting a lowball offer is not a great idea.
Not unless it's a wreck of a house that just can't be financed in any way, shape, or form.
All right. Real estate myth number 5. Let's talk about that one.
Starting your house out high.
Oh.
So quite often a seller will say, well, they're going to make an offer anyway, so I need to start high. And that's a great theory. Maybe it comes from watching auctioneers and so forth. However, if you start high, you limit the traffic because, one, you look like you don't really understand the value of your home. Or that you're not really negotiable.
And then if it sits there too long at that high price, the next thing you know, now it's been on the market so long, people are going, what's wrong with this place?
That's exactly it. And a lot of people are, and I ask that question quite often, when you see a house sitting on the market, what do you think? And they instantly reply, what's wrong with it?
Yeah.
And there may not be anything physically wrong with it.
Yeah.
But when they're shopping online and they look at those pictures and they say, price doesn't seem to match the house.
Yeah.
If they don't cross the threshold, they won't cross your palm with an offer.
Absolutely. So real estate myth number 6, what would that be?
that you always make money when you renovate a home.
Oh, so that it doesn't always make sense to stick money into renovating it.
No, it doesn't. My dad's saying was, you make money the day you buy the calf, not the day you sell the fat steer.
There you go.
And that's really true. And some renovations just don't really add value.
Yeah.
They may look nice or they may appeal to you, but if they're too personal...
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yep.
Where they'll come in and they'll paint it some weird wild color that they loved, but then now you're looking at it going, oh, I don't love this color.
Yeah. And you know, you'd say, well, it's just this or it's just that. But remember, the buyer may not feel that way. You don't know the psychology of your buyer. And like I say, and more money spent isn't always better.
Yeah.
At some point, you're just doing the renovations for somebody else to enjoy.
Yeah, and it would almost be better to let them do it the way they want to do it.
Yeah.
So what is real estate myth number 7?
If it looks good, it's probably in great shape. Or if the house looks good as you walk through, you probably don't need an inspection. Oh. After a while, walking through houses, you'll get a feel for which houses have been well cared for over the time and which ones have literally got lipstick on the pig.
Yeah.
And the other thing is they age. Even well-maintained homes are going to have little things show up that a homeowner may not notice, you know, the things in the attic or something behind the water heater or whatever the case may be. A home inspection is just peace of mind for the buyer.
And there might even be things the seller doesn't know about.
Correct.
You know, they discover something that, oh, I didn't realize that was even happening. So it's always a good idea to have that done.
Correct. And you know, it costs a few $100s, but on the other hand, you're buying an insurance policy with that to some degree because now you have knowledge that you don't gain just walking through a house.
Nice. Going to bust some more myths next week, but I think we've busted quite a few this week. Again, if somebody listening is going, hey, I'm maybe in the market to sell a home or they're in the market to buy a home, Brent, how do they get a hold of you?
I can be found at 605-310-0297 or Brent Baker at kw.com.
Again, Brent Baker, and you can also find him online. The website is clientsfirstgroup.com.
How much do you pay for your cell phone every month? If that's more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current one. Whether you're a fan of iPhones or Samsung, they both work well with Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com.
Time now for This Day in Sioux Falls History, brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page, West Sioux Studios, and Sunny 93.3. It was on this day, September 11th, 1894, the first hospital in Sioux Falls history opens its doors. It was called Sioux Falls Hospital, operated out of a rented house near Covell Lake. In a time when doctors still made house calls, the hospital was a place that you only went when you were really, really, really sick. Unfortunately, that also made it a place where many people passed away from their serious diseases or infections, giving the hospital a bad reputation as the place you go to die. It would take years to rehabilitate that image and instill confidence in the community to come in for regular checkups at the Sioux Falls Hospital. Eventually, Avera, Dunham's Home Hospital, and Moe's Hospital in downtown Sioux Falls would win over the public. Sioux Falls Hospital would grow to become Sioux Valley Hospital and eventually change its name once again to Sanford Health. This Day in Sioux Falls History has been brought to you by the Sioux Falls Fun Page, West Sioux Studios, and Sunny 93.3.
Why did the chicken cross the road? To save money on insurance at InsuranceChicken.com. Do you have the best plan for you? Find out at InsuranceChicken.com. Let's face it, we don't even want insurance. We need it. But you don't need to overpay. Head over to InsuranceChicken.com to see your rates from several different companies. All available in one place at InsuranceChicken.com. The other guys have a gecko, a duck, and an emu. Why not a chicken? InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.